Hey there again, Erica Swarthy Daisy here. In this video, we're going to look at living DNA test results and compare the results between relatives. If you've been following my channel for some time, you'll know that I have tested several relatives, including a cousin on my maternal side, as well as my aunt on my maternal side, my mother, my brother, and of course myself. For this video, we're going to look at the DNA results of my aunt on my maternal side, my mother, my brother, and myself. My aunt, mom, and brother all tested with family tree DNA, and their DNA was uploaded to Living DNA. For me, I submitted a raw DNA sample to Living DNA directly. So let's jump right into it. For this video, we're going to call my aunt LB. And if you haven't seen my story on my Aunt LB, I'll make sure to link it in the cards. But let's go ahead and look at her DNA first. Africa, 94.7%, broken down as West Africa, 81%, broken down as Yoruba, 17.6%, Cameroon Bantu at 12.2%, Isan at 11.7%, Mende at 11.4%, Mandinka 7.7%, Igbo 7%, Ivory Coast Ghana 4.8%, Akan 3.5%, Benin 2.9%, Sonike at 2.1%. Then she has East Africa at 8.6%, broken down as Luhya 5.6%, and Kenya Bantu at 3%. Then she has South and Central Africa, 5.1%, broken down as Mvambu at 2.6% and Mbukushu at 2.4%. And then lastly, Europe at 5.2%, broken down as Northwestern Europe, 5.2%. Now taking a look at my mom's results, she has 97.2% Africa, broken down as West Africa at 89.2%. And that's broken down as Yoruba at 32.1%, Ivory Coast Ghana 12.9%, Semi-Bantu 11.6%, Cameroon Bantu at 7.7%, Mende 7.4%, Akan 4.3%, Igbo 4.1%, Isan at 4%, Mandinka at 3.4%, and Kasena at 1.6%. Then she has South and Central Africa at 4.6%, broken down as Mbukushu at 4.6%. And then there's East Africa at 3.3%, broken down as Luhya at 3.3%. And lastly, she has Northwestern Europe at 2.8%. Now taking a look at my brother's results, he has Africa at 92.9%, broken down as West Africa, 83.2%, Yoruba at 22.7%, Mende at 15.3%, Semi-Bantu at 9.5%, Kasena at 8.6%, Isan at 7.5%, Tikar at 5.1%, Cameroon Bantu at 4%, Ajamat at 3.2%, Mandinka at 2.9%, Bamum at 2.6%, Ivory Coast Ghana 1.9%. Then it breaks down as South and Central Africa 5.1%, with Mvambo at 3.2% and Mbukushu at 1.9%. Then it's followed up by East Africa at 4.6%, broken down as Luhya at 4.6%, and lastly Europe at 7.1%. Lastly, here you have my results, which are Africa 93.3%, broken down as West Africa 85.8%, and that's broken down as Yoruba at 29.5%, Mende at 13.8%, Isan at 9.6%, Mandinka at 7.4%, Semi-Bantu at 5.8%, Akan at 4%, Bamum at 3.9%, Wolof at 3.5%, Masi at 3.4%, Tikar at 3.2%, and Ajamat at 1.6%. Then going over to East Africa, I have 7 8.5%, and that's broken down as Luhya at 7.5%. And then lastly, Northwestern Europe at 6.7%. So now that we've looked at all of the test results, we'll see some overlap for all of the tests, including my aunt, my mom's, my brothers, and myself. So on all 4 of the tests, we all share DNA from the Yoruba people in Nigeria, Mende people in Sierra Leone, Isan in Nigeria, the Mandinka in Mali, and the Luhya in Kenya. Now, if we look at my brother and my DNA results and we look at the overlap there, this would possibly indicate that this is my dad's side. So this is the DNA that we inherited from our dad. And with that, we see Bamum in Cameroon, Tikar in Cameroon, Ajamat in Gambia and Senegal, and the Guinea-Bissau region. And then when we look at the mother, son, and daughter overlap, we do have a commonality in the area of Semi-Bantu. So this is the only DNA that my mother, my brother, and myself share that my aunt doesn't have. So that likely indicates that this is DNA from my mother's father's side. And now hopping back over to aunt, mom, and daughter, we share DNA with the Akan people of Ghana. And this is unique because my brother did not inherit that DNA. So it's uniquely shared by the 3 of us. And then looking at DNA that I had that I did not share with my other relatives, it includes Wolof, which is in the Senegal, Gambia region, and Masi in Burkina Faso. So overall, these examples allowed you to get the gist of how DNA inheritance works. And if you are interested in making more comparisons, you can rewatch the video, you can pause, maybe take down some notes, and look at how different types of DNA were inherited as it relates to my family specifically. You know, you might want to compare my aunt's DNA to my mom's or my aunt's to my brother's, etc. But it's all such an interesting science. Taking a look at the results that we all had in common, when it comes to Yoruba, I had 29.5%, my brother had 22.7%, my mom had 32.1%, and my aunt 17.6%. For the Mende, I had 13.8%, my brother had 15.3%, my mom had 7.4%, and of course my aunt had 11.4%. For the Isan, I had 9.6%, my brother had 7.5%, my mom 4%, and my aunt 11.7%. For Mandinka, I had 7.4%, my brother has 2.9%, my mom has 3.4%, and then my aunt has 7.7%. And then lastly with Luhya, my results 7.5%, my brother 4.6%, my mother 3.3%, and my aunt 5.6%. So let's look at these areas of overlap in a little bit more detail. And this is directly grabbed from the Living DNA test results from their website. So let's start with Yoruba. The website mentions, your DNA has linked you to one of the largest population groups in Africa, numbering 41.6 million people in Nigeria alone, the Yoruba. Significant Yoruba populations in West Africa can be found in Ghana, Benin, the Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone. The diaspora includes large populations in the United Kingdom, the United States, and locations across the continent of South America. So here's a fun fact. We all share Yoruba DNA. And on my maternal line, according to my African ancestry test that I took, I'll make sure to link that. But yes, they said that we are all Yoruba on our maternal line, and Yoruba people are known for twins or having twins in their family. With that said, my maternal side does have a case of several sets of twins. For example, my aunt LB, her brothers were twins, and then one of her brothers gave birth to a daughter who had twins, and one of the twins had twins. Now let's look at the Mende. It says, your DNA has linked you to the Mende people of Sierra Leone. The Mende people are one of the two largest population groups in Sierra Leone. Their neighbors, the Temne people, are roughly equivalent in size, with the Mende and Temne each accounting for slightly more than 30% of the total population. They fall under the Mende linguistic umbrella, speaking a dialect related to the languages of the Mandinka, Malinke, Soninke, and others, which is also known as Mende. Ishan. Your DNA has linked you to the ancient Ishan people of Nigeria. Ishan land has been inhabited since the late Iron Age by hunter-gatherers from the Nok culture. The Nok culture appeared in northern Nigeria around 1500 BC and vanished under unknown circumstances around 500 AD. Historically, the modern Ishan people trace their ancestry from the Bini or Edo people of the powerful pre-colonial African kingdom of Benin in Nigeria. Mandinka. Your DNA has linked you to the ancient Mandinka people of West Africa. Rock art in the Sahara suggests that northern Mali has been inhabited since 10,000 BC, when the Sahara was fertile and rich in wildlife. The Mandinka are the direct descendants of the Mali Empire, one of the largest empires recorded in West Africa, which flourished from century 1235 right through to 1670. The empire began as a small town, developing into an empire after the fall of the nearby Ghana Empire. Luhya. Your DNA has linked you with the Luhya, the second largest population group in Kenya. They number around 5 million, or 16% of Kenya's total population, the largest group being the Bantu Kikuyu people. I apologize in advance for the pronunciation here, but it continues to state, Luhya oral tradition states that they originally came from a land called Misri, considered by some scholars to be Egypt, due to the country being referred to as Masur by its occupants. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to take a brief look at the living DNA results and make comparisons. As I've said before in other videos, I feel like living DNA does provide a little bit more when it comes to African results. So if you guys are familiar with the people groups and the cultures mentioned in this video, make sure to leave a comment below so that way we can start some dialogue. Once again, thank you so much for your continued support. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to leave a comment below. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And lastly, make sure to share this video. Once again, this is Erica Swarthy Daisy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.